Everyone, if you haven't done so, please subscribe and hit the like button. This video, I'm going to go through the many reasons Letecia has gave right from the get-go in regards to Gannon, her different stories. She's told law enforcement 4 different stories that are in the affidavit, and then of course the most recent story of hers is that Al and Edgar actually are responsible for the death of Gannon. So let's look, I think it's, 4/3, April the 3rd, probable cause, and I think it's around page 23 maybe. I'm sorry, page 26. And so let's read through that. Here are her different stories. So story number 1, when EPSO came to the house on January 27th, 2020, the abductor was still in her residence, and that she tried to signal to EPSO deputies that there was somebody in the residence. It should be noted that EPSO deputies checked the entirety of the house and no additional person was located during that search. And that's story number 1. So now we have story number 2. When she was raped by Quincy Brown at her residence and Brown abducted Gannon, she knew Brown's identity because she saw a paper and his identification card fell out of his pocket that had his name on it. Letecia did send in a photograph of Quincy Brown to Mr. Stauch via text message, and it's noted in the photograph mirrored images online wherein Quincy Brown was listed as a most wanted suspect, and they do discuss that further below in the affidavit. So that's story number 2. Story number 3. Again, Quincy Brown. So Quincy Brown followed her from Petco and at some point was laying in the middle of the road in front of her car. When Letecia stopped to avoid running the man over, he jumped into her car and made her take him home. Then he raped her. All right, that's story number 3. Story number 4. Letecia and Gannon were near County Line Road, Highway 105 in northern El Paso County on January 27, 2020. Gannon was riding a bicycle in that area and fell off, hit his head, and was then abducted by Quincy Brown. In this version of events, Quincy Brown was driven by a man named Terrence. So that's her 4th story, and you've got to remember the affidavit came out back in April, and so we've heard a couple of additional things since then. I know at one point, and let me go into my photos, because at one point she was even blaming Landen. So let me find that post where she put the blame on Landen, basically saying that, let's see, right here. It's a Facebook posting. I'm leaving because I don't get to sit online and play keyboard detective. I have been in contact with them regular. You will see in the end, Mom, she's referring to Landen, has a lot to do with it. Just wait. This isn't her past, it's her present. She knows where he is. So I guess that would be story number 5, is that Landen is somehow responsible for Gannon missing at that time. And then we've got the most recent story, and there's probably one that I'm not thinking about right off, so if I'm missing one, then please comment, let me know if there's another story out of these 6. But the most recent story is from that telephone call with Kit Kat, to where Tisha says that Al and Edgar are responsible and that they should get I think it was manslaughter is what she's saying, that Al and Eduardo should actually, it should be, the blame should be put on them. So that is her most recent story. So 6 stories she's told since the beginning, even blaming Landen in the past, as you can see here on the on the Facebook comments section. And then, I just read that part in the affidavit about her mentioning being struck in the head, Gannon being struck in the head. It's just those words are mentioned by her so frequently. And so we've got where she mentions right here that, I think this was the letter to the judge. Yeah, over 15 plus times I have been abused in transport, ranging from injured ribs, not on my head. So there's head trauma there. And we'll come back to this. This plays in that, what I'm saying. So this was posted, a parent, or allegedly a parent at her child went to the school Letecia was at, and her niece, she was my niece's teacher, referring to Letecia, and was a super nice lady who was great to her students. My niece adored her and was devastated when, after the teacher sustained brain trauma, was told that she wouldn't be coming back for the spring semester. And I have read where it was either a book or a bookshelf had fell on Letecia's head, which it does not say in this post, but, it does say head trauma. So I'm not certain what happened to where they were being told that there was some sort of head trauma. And this plays back to her stories that she's being set up. And all of this is in the timeline. And then right here, she makes a claim that, and this was when they were still searching for Gannon, when they were still searching for Gannon, and she claims that Eduardo may have hit her head and she blacked out. So another statement by her in regards to head trauma. And remember, I just showed you where she basically blamed Landen. But in this post on Facebook, you can see she's actually praising Landen. Gannon is loved, and this is when Gannon was missing. Gannon is loved and is clearly the center of our lives. I want nothing more than for him to come home. Landen and I had a good relationship through taking care of them, and she showed her gratitude for what I did and continue to do. We all want Gannon home. So she does post that on Facebook, yet she's saying Landen is somehow responsible, that she knows where Gannon is. And again, when Gannon was missing, all of this took place. But I just found it relevant to current events, considering she's changed her story yet again. So a story up to 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in the affidavit, and then the 2 most recent I just showed you. And again, if there's something else, please comment below, because I could very well be forgetting it. And then just kind of touching base on that head trauma, because she mentions it a lot.